There we go. I should probably throw a marker out there too. There we go. "49 deaths and a fail ending the first 3 playthroughs." Did I... Wait. Oh, you used to keep track of how many times you die in your old Sierra games. The Dagger of Amon holds a record? Wow. The fail ending for the first 3 playthroughs? That's crazy. Not sure what to do here. Was our save? I don't know what I'm doing anymore, you guys. This seems so chill in comparison to just killing Sans. Four tries to win the game properly. Wow.
A typical light-hearted painting by anonymous Bosch called A Heartwarming Story, depicting dead humans being tormented by skeletons and demons in hell. A typical feels like a painting by anonymous Bosch, who is known for the distinctive texture of his canvases, among other things. Feels
Oh, there we go.
inspecting this skeleton key. It's an action.
I don't know how we're supposed to get this key off of the thing.
While this is an while
I don't know how we're supposed to do that. I honestly have no idea what we're supposed to do here. Oh wait.
feels like cool feels like cool marble. What a handsome fellow. Let's see what the plaque says. Caesar Augustus, BC 63 to AD 14.
There's something we have to do with
Octavian,
these, I think.
great-nephew and adopted son of Julius Caesar, he assumed the name Augustus after his sound defeat of Mark Antony left him supreme master of the Roman world. He was the first of the true Roman emperors, not counting Julius, who didn't live long enough to enjoy the title, and established the Pax Romana throughout the empire. His wife murdered him with a poisoned fig. He was a pretty nice fellow for an emperor, and everybody missed him. What a handsome Caesar. He was a... Oh my, he looks dour. Let's see who he is.
Overwhelmed by information, yes.
Tiberius, BC 42 to AD 37.
I don't know.
Tiberius disliked most everyone and practiced the strictest economy with funds devoted to public amusement. Consequently, most everyone disliked him. Although he was perceived by the upper classes as a suspicious, ill-natured tyrant throughout his reign, he ruled the empire with a firm, capable hand, and Rome prospered. He was most probably smothered by his nephew Caligula, although no one is quite sure to this day.
we listened to this already?
Nobody missed him. Oh dear, he
But I
looked
don't
somewhat
remember
dissipated.
any of it, really.
Let's read his plaque. Caligula,
Oh,
BC
this is
37
Caligula.
to AD 41. Caligula started out a decent enough chap, but shortly after he became emperor, he was seized with a severe illness which unsettled his reason. Consequently, his name has become a byword for frantic cruelties and insane imaginings. The grotesque atrocities of his reign were ended when he was assassinated by the Praetorian Guard in a grimy tunnel beneath the Colosseum. Nobody missed him either. There's a thoughtful-looking gentleman. What does his plaque say? Claudius, BC 10 to AD 54.
So we've got
Enthroned by the Praetorian
Caesar
Guard
Augustus,
after the
Tiberius,
assassination of his odious nephew
Caligula,
Caligula, Claudius accomplished
and
much for the
Claudius.
empire. Although weak and timid by nature, he proved to be a noble statesman. He built the famous Roman aqueducts and conducted a successful campaign against Britain. His fourth wife murdered him with a poisoned mushroom.
That's why I opened the bottle.
She didn't miss him, but the
the-
rest of the empire did.
Too much information.
You feel a blush creeping over your face as you look at the perfect body of Rodin's famous thinker. Tentatively, you touch the cool bronze. It feels as smooth as it looks. The wall feels rough under your fingertips.
Can we do something with this? Can we maybe look at, examine these statues more closely?
It's made of pitted marble. It's made of fine Corinthian marble.
Corinthian.
A close inspection reveals that this is not real marble. It's an imitation marble invented by Claudius Brutus Apollonius Biggus Blimpus Maximus, known to his friends as Fatus Rotundus. Fatus was ahead of his time, since the world was not yet ready for synthetic marble. Fatus also invented radar, but nobody knew what to do with it. Radar technology was then forgotten until World War II, and Fatus never got any credit for it. Fatus Rotundus died in obscurity, his genius unrecognized.
Why does she keep just talking?
It's made of marble. What perfect burnishing. You can't imagine how long it must take to create a thing of such beauty. This room is practically immaculate. Even under close scrutiny, you can't find any dust. Upon close inspection, you determine that it is indeed a wall.
A wall!
It's a rather attractive wall. The Neapolitan arched doorways seem very appropriate for a gallery containing busts of Roman emperors. The Neapolitan... Don't touch it. The wall feels rough. It feels like it's part of the down... Don't touch it. It feels like it's part of the downstairs hallway.
Hey, Colonel SideQuest! How are you? We finally beat Sans! We did it! We did it, Colonel SideQuest! I'm done. I'm done with the Sans fight.
The wall feels rough under your fingertips. The wall...
We just did it, like, maybe 2 hours ago? Maybe a little bit less than that. Surely someone clipped it. Yes, Nate clipped it. Nate clipped the final. Rip your ears. Just a warning. I have a pretty loud victory scream. Victory yell is actually more like it, but...
It feels like it's part of the downstairs hallway.
So, warning.
You feel a blush creeping over your face as you look at the perfect body of Rodin's famous thing.
Yeah, we already did that, but there's gotta be...
Rubbing the charcoal over the notepad has made the imprint readable. Yvette 8 o'clock Egyptian rum. Tut 10:15 Egyptian rum. Carrington 11 o'clock his office.
Huh.
A magnifying. You admire the wood pulp patterns in the paper.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? I'm so happy that it's done, Colonel SideQuest. I am. I'm so happy I finally finished it. That fight was so hard. It was so ridiculously hard. Is Laura thirsty? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe she can...
You hear nothing of interest.
Maybe she can... You worked really hard for that. I know, right?
You hear nothing of... You don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything.
You hear nothing of... You hear no. You hear. You hear. You hear no. You hear.
There's got to be a way. I thought there was something you could do with these statues.
Feels like cool. Feels like. Feels like cool marble. Feels like cool marble. Feels like cool marble. Feels like cool marble.
Oh, okay. What was this?
It's used carbon paper.
Carbon paper. Okay. There's gotta be a way to get in here, get this door to open.
Feels like cool stone masonry.
Oh.
Don't touch the window. You'd merely annoy the cleaning staff.
Can we examine
the window? Is too dark to see through. You wonder what's on the other side, but you're almost glad you can't see it.
Why would I be glad that I can't see it?
The windows are very clean and very dark. Up close, you're able to verify that these are big stone blocks. The seam in the bricks is very deep. The draft from the seam ruffles your hair as you examine the rough bricks.
So how do we get it to open?
The windows are very clean and very dark. Someone keeps the walls very clean around here. The floor seems to be made of high-quality Italian marble. Of course, it's hard to tell these days with all the new synthetics.
Aquapugger, welcome in!
Oddly enough, the
How
portion of the floor near the central column is covered with fine scratches.
What? What was covered with fine scratches?
The floor seems to be made of high-quality Italian marble. Of course, it's hard to tell these days with all the new synthetics. Oddly enough, the portion of the floor near the central column is covered with fine scratches.
It's covered with fine
Up close,
scratches.
you're able to verify that these are big stone Up close. Up close, you're able to... The floor seems to be made of high-quality Italian marble. Of course, it's hard to tell these days with all the new synthetics.
You're doing good. You just got bored, so you decided to get on Twitch. It's a good activity to do when you're bored, for sure.
Covered with fine
Thank you
scratches.
for the follow. Thank you so much, Aquapugger. I welcome on in.
Up close, you're... Up close. Heavy stone...
I think that I have to get in this door somehow, and I don't know how to get in there. I think it might have something to do with these busts.
Feels like.
But
Feels like.
Nothing is working here. Nothing's working. Maybe if I go in here, is there something in here that I missed?
Don't touch it. The surface of the... It feels like a wood chair.
Can I look in the... Maybe I can look in the desk?
The surface... You don't need to type anything.
Well, I didn't want to type anything.
The wood file... Nice material. Don't touch...
Wait, is this... This is Carrington's office back here.
Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been.
And there's nothing I can really do. Maybe I can
You get...
Maybe I can use this. Oh wait, no, it's like that.
You hear only static this time. You touch the... You hear only static this time.
So I don't really have anything new here.
You hear only You touch... When you press the button, all you hear is static. When you press... When you press the...
Yeah, nothing's there.
You presume the dripping blood belongs to Carrington, since the porcupine was stuffed.
The porcupine was stuffed.
Carrington drooled a bit when he died, and his hair could have used a good wash to get all the grease out of it. The glass on the clock face appears to have been smashed during a struggle. Whether it was a struggle to wind the clock or a struggle for Carrington's life, it's hard to say for certain.
Hurry up and wind the clock before I die!
The glass on the clock face appears to have been smashed during a struggle. Whether it was a struggle to wind the clock or a struggle for Carrington's life, it's hard to say for certain. The note is written in a man's handwriting, probably belonging to Dr. Carrington.
I don't know what we're supposed to do, though. Like, I don't think there's anything in here that I need. And I think we already got everything we're supposed to get from, like... Can you give something to the snake? Here, do you want a bone?
While this is an interesting approach,
I know it's not a
serves
dog,
no
but...
practical purpose.
Yeah, I didn't think it would work. I think we already explored that room pretty well too, though, before.
Feels like don't.
And I'm at a loss as to what to do now. There was stuff to do in the Egyptian room, I thought. This lady just walking around like nothing happened. Like no people aren't getting killed. Let's just follow her. Let's see where she goes. Where you going, lady? I'm not here. I guess I am here, but... Can I, like, climb in one of these?
The mummy case is sealed shut, as it has remained for over 2,000 years.
Which part am I on? Aqua, Sorry, I missed what you said. I think I'm on, is it the third part or the fourth part? It's been a while since I played this.
The previous occupant seems to have vacated this mummy case.
Can I hide in here? No, I want to hide in there. I want to hide in there.
The previous occupant.
Why can't I hide in there?
A peek into the mummy case reveals that Pippin's body has been removed.
Why can't I hide in there? Oh, the lady's gone now. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what part I'm on because it's been so while, but it's been so long since I played it, but I know I'm on the part where, like, I'm investigating all the murders that are happening. I just can't figure out how to get... I feel like I need to hide in there, and it's not letting me. Do I need to maybe examine it?
A mummy coffin.
Here, let's try this.
A close look reveals brightly painted scenes of the deceased playing a board game with Amon-Ra.
You found out it's Act 3.
Water skiing with the goddess Sekhmet.
Yeah, I know it was
and
at
drinking
least
at a
Act 3,
tavern
but I
with
thought
Thoth,
it
the
might
god
have
of
been
wisdom.
4.
In essence, these painted scenes served the purpose of candid family photos, even though they never actually happened. Armed with these snapshots, the deceased could try and con his way safely through the underworld to meet the gods themselves. Usually the gods had good memories and would never remember meeting the deceased, whose soul would then die of embarrassment. A close look reveals in essence, usually a mummy coffin built during the 19th dynasty. Inside and outside, both coffin and cover are decorated with large figures of gods, vignettes, and inscriptions from the Book of the Dead, as well as emblems and decorations painted in bright colors. The previous occupant seems to have vacated this mummy case.
Well, it has, so...
It has been... Questions are a burden.
Maybe we have to find that person?
The mummified corpse of Amenophis III, also known as Amenhotep III, or Memnon by the Greeks. He built large temples to Amon-Ra, both at Karnak and at Luxor. In the 5th year of his reign, Amenophis marched into Nubia to quell a mighty rebellion. He also ruled over the Mesopotamians, since his kingdom was quite large. We also know that Amenophis was a mighty hunter who slew 102 lions during the first 10 years of his reign in his spare time. Now he's dead.
Now he's dead. No, really?
You closely examine the glass case, revealing the scratches caused by a few clumsy tourists, but nothing else of interest.
Okay, so there's nothing, like maybe he wasn't...
Although there are a few scratches on the glass case, there are no signs of forced entry into the display. There aren't even any fingerprints.
This is where the dagger was.
Although there are...
Okay.
At close range, you see large words on paper. A close look shows you grainy limestone. The glass is smooth and clean. No dirt, fingerprints, or scratches are visible. The granite is cracked.
I wonder if the...
Chelsea's armor circa 1400.
Oh yeah.
Don't touch it. The door is locked.
This door
When
is
you
locked.
touch the doorknob, you get a heavy coating of dust all over the palm of your hand.
How come I have done that so many times and there's still dust there?
On close inspection of the door, you see 2 heavily faded words that were painted on the door at eye level, although some of the letters in the words are totally unreadable. EM space L space YE space S
Employees only.
O space Y.
Yeah, employees only.
It's an unmarked wood door with faded flecks of white paint on it. The door is...
Can we use this?
You hear nothing of it.
Okay.
Maximilian Arm...
Don't touch it! You don't know where it's been! Neo, welcome in! Touch everything, indeed.
You hear...
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to touch everything.
The Chelsea's armor has a mirror-like finish. Someone took good care of it.
Touch everything and see if something works. Yeah.
Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. The door. Don't.
You beat the game but had to look at a guide for 3 different parts. I'm stuck right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know that... Let me see. Where am I? It's like I already got the guy's head. I already saw that. Figured that out. Let's see. I already... What else did I do? Can I go through here? Apparently not. The deaths are pretty gruesome. They got getting his head sawed off. Yeah, this guy, there's head sawed off, right? Yeah. Interact with the dinosaur and make the dinosaur eat you. You can do that?
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. His name is Rex. Isn't that clever? It feels like fake, leathery reptile skin. Now keep your hands off the displays. It feels like... It looks like an admirable reconstruction of fake, leathery reptile skin.
You wish it was a thing. Yeah. You can make him talk, I think. Yeah.
Welcome to the Dagger Museum Dinosaur Display. My name is Rex, and I'd like to tell you about myself. I'm a type of dinosaur known as Tyrannosaurus Rex, which means King of the Tyrant Lizard.
Bishop Girl, hi!
Although I
Welcome
was
in.
not the
Yeah, the
largest
dinosaur's
type of
talking.
dinosaur, I was the largest predator
He's an
ever
exhibit in a
to walk
museum.
the earth. Some of my friends were 40 feet
Before
long
animatronics were a thing,
and
but
weighed
you know.
8 tons, with teeth that were 6 inches long. Your modern elephants don't weigh more than 6 tons.
You can still poke his eyes,
I
everything's cool.
lived between 250 and 65
the echo just went away
million years
randomly.
ago, during a period known as the Age
Oh, there's the echo
of
again.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, this is the thing, Bishop.
Also called
You're right.
the Mesozoic era.
This is
The
happening.
first complete skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex was found just 24 years ago in Montana in 1902. Although there were many meat-eating dinosaurs, I was considered the best killing machine who ever lived. Speaking of which, I'm feeling a bit hungry. Would you like to volunteer to be my next meal?
Sure. I would.
It feels like fake. It
Poke
It
him in the eye. Poke him in the eye.
feels. The room feels touched by your actions.
You can make him talk. Yes, Nani.
It feels-
Indeed. That's like this little bit right there. I made him talk,
Although you're tempted to
but I can't do much else. It's a bummer. This dinosaur killed this guy though. So I still don't know how to open the wall. I think that's the next step. I think I need to figure out, well, first of all, I need to figure out how to get this key off of this painting. I don't know how to do that yet. And I need to figure out how to open this door back here. Big mistake, you watched Five Nights at Freddy's VR. Oops. Oops. Alright. Aquapugger, thank you so much for stopping by, and have fun with Friday the 13th. It made you jump like 30 times? Holy cow. You screamed a couple of times. VR games are scary. They can be pretty scary. Yeah. I haven't played very many VR games. I have only played a few over at a friend's house. But I know they can be pretty frickin' scary. So, Neo, since you've played this game, do you mind giving me... well, I guess I could have asked Nate, too, because Nate's played this game. Do you mind giving me a very vague hint? Because I want to know how to open this door and how to get this key. And I think those are the next things I need to do. But first of all, am I going in the right direction? Because or is there something I just completely missed? The female doctor. Miklos, yes. This is her office. Right? Miklos. I talked to her. And I got her, I thought I got something from her. Excuse me. Go to the huge column and see what you notice. This one over here? I mean, I noticed there's a door. Oops. I noticed there's a door. And I noticed there's a crack.
Heavy stone masonry. Each block must weigh hundreds of pounds.
Like, I did this.
Heavy.
And then I also noticed, like...
The seam in the bricks is very deep. The draft from the seam ruffles your hair as you examine the rough bricks.
But I can't figure out how to open it.
Up close. Up close. That's not the sort of thing you want to examine too closely.
What? Like...
Up close. You're able to verify that these are big stone blocks. The seam in the bricks is very deep. The draft from the seam ruffles your hair as you examine the rough bricks. Up close,
this is the
you're
stone
able to
column you were
verify
talking
that
about,
these
right?
are big stone blocks. Up close, you're able to verify that these are big stone blocks.
I hate how the intonation changes, so you think... Yeah, I know there's a doorway. I want to try to open it. I just don't know how. And I've gone out here and I thought maybe it had something to do with these...
Feels like...
These stone busts. But doing, like,
the wall feels rough under your fingertip.
Touching them doesn't seem to do anything.
Feels like...
And examining them doesn't seem to do anything.
Feels like...
I'm on the right track.
Feels like... The wall feels...
There's like... It looks like there's a button here, but...
The wall...
I like just keep seeing little dots on the screen where I think maybe there's a button there.
Don't touch. It is better to know some of the questions than all of the answers.
Try doing them in an order. It doesn't let me even touch one of them.
Feels like cool marble.
Feels like cool marble.
Feels like cool marble.
Feels like Tiberius got killed by Caligula. Who got killed by Claudius or something like that? I'm trying to remember. This is Caesar.
Feels like cool marble.
Caesar, Tiberius, Caligula, and Claudius.
Feels like.
Maybe there is an order I'm supposed to do it. Yeah. Like, maybe it's like which one of them got killed first?
Feels like cool.
Not gonna say a word.
Feels like.
I don't know where this was forecasted at all. Like, I can't even think of where, like...
It's made of marble. Oh my, he looks dour. Let's see who he is. Tiberius, BC 42 to AD 37.
Hold on.
Tiberius disliked most everyone and practiced the strictest economy with funds devoted to public amusement.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my, he looks dour.
Maybe we only
Let's
need
see
to
who
know.
he is. Tiberius, BC 42 to AD 37. Tiberius
AD
disliked most everyone
37?
and practiced the strictest, although he would know, but
Maybe it's their order
what
that they
a
reigned?
handsome Caesar Augustus. He was the first of the true Roman emperors, not counting Julius, who didn't live long enough to enjoy the title, and established the Pax Romana throughout the empire.
Caesar.
His wife murdered him with a poisoned fig.
Caesar was the
He
first.
was a pretty nice fellow for an emperor, and everybody missed him.
Caesar was the first.
Oh dear. Caligula, BC 37 to AD 41. Caligula started out a decent enough chap, but shortly after he became emperor, he was seized with a severe illness which unsettled consequence.
So he
The
died
grotesque
after
atrocities of
Tiberius.
nobody. There's a thought. Claudia, although weak and timid by his fault,
Hold on.
There's a thoughtful-looking gentleman. What does his plaque say? Claudius, BC 10 to AD 54. Enthroned by the
AD
Praetorian
54.
Guard after the assassination of his
So he
odious
was the
nephew.
last
Although
one.
she did. What a handsome fellow.
Did we get him?
Let's see what the plaque says. Caesar Augustus, BC 63 to AD 14. Octavian, great-nephew and adopted son of Julius Caesar.
So they're
He
in
assumed
order
the
of when
name
they died.
Augustus after his
They're
sound
also
defeat
in
of
order
Mark Antony
of
left
when
him
they
supreme
were
master of the
born.
Roman world. He was the first of the true Roman emperors, not counting Julius, who didn't live long enough to enjoy the title, and established the Pax Romana throughout his wife. He was a
Okay, so if it's in any sort of
feels
order
like cool, feels
of when
like
they lived,
feels like
then
feels like
it should be
feels like
right in line because they're in line. Caesar was the first, Tiberius was the second, Caligula was the third, and Claudius was the fourth.
feels like. You get no response. There was silence supreme, not a shriek, not a scream, scarcely even a howl or groan, as the man they called Ho told his story of woe in an antediluvian tone. Lewis Carroll. There was silence supreme, not... A close inspection reveals that this is not real marble.
So that's not real marble.
There's a thoughtful-looking gentleman. Feels like cool marble.
It feels like cool marble, but it's not. Yeah, Neo, I think I do. Because, like, I've been stuck here for a long time. I know I was stuck here for a long time last stream. And it's been almost an hour already of this stream. So I'd say I'm due for one. I knew there was a door here, so technically I didn't really get a hint already, because... Let's look again. It's something in this room, but you're overlooking something in particular. Like, is it something to do with this statue? The thinker?
What perfect burnishing. Looking a little closer, you detect a seam along the sculpture's otherwise flawless neck.
Oh!
Yes, there is definitely a seam in the statue's neck. It seems to go most of the way around. There's a tiny hinge on the back of the neck. Yes.
Oh, win! How did the heck did that... How did that, like... Wow.
Ouch!
How did that become... I just don't even know.
Ouch!
What? Why is
It's a burnt-out light bulb. Too bad, since this stairwell could definitely use some light.
it got you too? Oh my gosh, though, it's just... Like, I can't believe that that was it. Like, that I figured it out that quickly after you said that. Like... Yeah, I clicked on the thinker too, like early on. I thought it had to do something with the things that were actually close to the wall, though. Yeah, like I guess that's nothing. All right, let's save here. Let's save. Just fix the light bulb. I also forgot to look at the carbon paper by the light bulb. Maybe we can do that here.
While this backlit,
There we
you
go.
can read the words typed into the carbon paper. Ernie, Big Al called to see if you could do some fencing for him next week. He says he'll make it worth your while to do a fast fencing job.
What?
Backlit, you can read the words typed into the carbon paper. Ernie, Big Al called to see if you could do some fencing for him next week. He says he'll make it worth your while to do a fast fencing job.
I do know fencing is like when you sell something that was stolen. I am aware. Have a great time, Aqua. It's nice to have you stop by, and welcome to the channel. Hope you come back again. Yeah, Ernie. Let me look at my... Oh, you had to look up what that meant?
It's your official...
I need to look. Who's Ernie? Ernie Leach. See you next stream. Alright, no problem. Oh, and no problem, Neo. Definitely stay hydrated. I've got mine. So we've got Ernie Leach, who's doing a quick fencing job for, is it Yvette? Because we found that in Yvette's office. That doesn't mean it was Yvette, though. That doesn't mean it was Yvette that wrote it.
Backlit, you can read the words typed into the carbon paper. Ernie, Big Al called to see if you could do some fencing for him next week. He says he'll make it worth your while to do a
Big
fast
Al.
fencing job.
Big Al. Was it... Who's Big Al? Who's Big Al? We don't know. We might not know anything about Big Al. Oh, so we're in the basement now.
The glass covering the alcove is marked with the words...
You fell
"For
down the stairs the
emergency
first
use
time.
only." The glass covering the alcove... The glass covering... While this...
Oops, I wanted this.
Beyond the glass is a shadowy object resting in an alcove. Perhaps it's a lantern, although you can't tell for certain.
What?
The glass... Beyond the glass is a shadowy object resting in an alcove. Perhaps it's a lantern, although you can't tell for certain.
I wonder if we can we get in here?
A closer look
Cheese.
reveals a bit of mold on the cheese.
Oh my god! Well, this is an interesting place.
It's the office of Security Chief Wolf Heimlich. World War I campaign medals. Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany is prominently featured on many of the medals.
Why would he
World
have...
War I campaign medals.
Why would he have a
Kaiser
machine
Wilhelm
gun?
of Germany is prominently featured on many of the medals. It's a length of wire.
Alright,
Don't touch it. Don't touch.
can we...
Don't touch. Don't touch.
Can we examine the length of wire?
A length of high quality wire.
Can we cut it? Maybe?
The intercom crackles and you hear,
Wolfie, it's Olympia. If you can hear me, meet me in the armor room at 2 o'clock. You promised to show me your private scars, remember? See you there, Wolfcakes.
2 o'clock.
This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of medieval weaponry. This bookshelf is While the topics of these books interest you, there are more important things you should be doing right now. Upon close inspection, you see nothing new here. That's not the sort of thing you want to examine too closely.
I want to know how he got these scars.
Upon
Yeah, he's like the Joker.
That's not. While the top, while the
Can we take any of these books?
While the top. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us.
Criminals Among
This
Us.
bookshelf is Upon close inspection, you see nothing new here. Don't touch. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of art history.
Yeah, it makes me think of Joker. Yeah, I beat this game and replayed Larry 7, and now I'm on the Bizarre Adventures of Woodruff and the Schnibble. That I've never heard of that game. How's that?
This bookshelf,
We probably just have to look at all of them, right?
This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of gardening.
Gardening?
Apparently these gardening books were left here by the previous tenant of this office. While the topics of these books interest you, there are more important. This bookshelf is dedicated to a complete collection of the Encyclopedia of Interrogation and Torture. While the top... This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of modern weaponry. While the top...
This is the modern weaponry.
This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of modern weaponry. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of medieval weaponry.
Medieval
While the
weaponry. I wonder if we have to, like, know what
This
we're looking
bookshelf
for.
is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us.
We already looked at that one.
These are books on art forgery.
Art
While
forgery?
the topics of That's not this. A series of books on torture without leaving scars.
Poems.
The poetry book falls open to a poem, She Walks in Beauty, written by Lord Byron. The page is marked by a black garter with a note pinned to it. A lacy black garter with the name Yvette stitched into it.
It was
There is
probably
also a
bet.
note attached.
Read the
A
note.
lacy black... You pick it up and place it in your purse. You see... These are books on art forgery. This book... You see nothing else.
You see nothing else?
You already have the garter and you don't have time to read the book.
What about the note?
A lacy black garter with the name Yvette stitched into it. There is also a note attached.
Okay, I want to read the note.
The note attached to the garter
There we
reads,
go.
You can have the other garter and much more if you meet me at 3 a.m. in the preservation lab. The handwriting is female.
Okay. I'm guessing, so that's Yvette and Woof. 2 a.m. Miklos wants to meet Woof. Where was that? That was in the suit of armor room or something, I think. I think that's what they said.
The desk is spotlessly clean. A clean, highly polished desk. Specks of dust wouldn't dare to land on it. Sitting on a raised dais, the desk dominates the room. When Wolf Heimlich mathematically centered this blotter on his desk, he glued it in place so that it would never be accidentally moved. As a result, you can't move it. The room... Don't touch it. Don't touch...
What? What just happened? Holy crap! Holy crap! Wow, I didn't save. Damn. Damn. Alright, so...
Don't touch... Don't...
Was it these? I think I came in here and I found this book.
You pick it up, the poetry...
And then... Okay, so I examined it.
The note attached to the garter reads, You can have the other garter and much more if you meet me at 3 a.m. in the preservation lab. The handwriting is female. That's not the sort... That's not... This bookshelf is dedicated... This book... It's a length of wire.
I bet I have to
A heavy
cut it.
cavalry saber.
Can I take that? Oh my gosh! There's so many ways to die in this office! Oh, apparently
The intercom crackles and you hear...
it's not death.
Wolfie, it's Olympia. If you can hear me, meet me in the armor room at 2 o'clock. You promised to show me your private
Surprisingly,
scars,
that doesn't kill you.
remember?
Yeah.
See you there, Wolfcakes.
I'm gonna save real quick. Somehow, an electrified sword didn't kill me. I just want to touch all of them. Will touching all of them kill me? I love how she just falls over and then she gets back up. Like, wow.
Was that a spark you just saw on this weapon? Or was it just a trick of the light? You also detect the faint smell of ozone. The broadsword looks like it has been sharpened recently. Unlike the other weapons on the walls, this sword appears to get regular use, which might explain Heimlich's dueling scars. Was that a spark you also...
Oh wait, can we get this? Ah! Wow, there's so many ways to die. Okay, that kills you, yeah.
While this-
Dumb
while this-
ways to die.
A fine
So
broadsword
many
imprinted with the
dumb
mark of the
ways to
Toledo
die.
swordmakers in Spain. It looks very
Dumb
sharp and
ways to
deadly.
die. So many dumb ways to die.
It's one of those exotic oriental weapons you've seen before, although you can never remember the name of it.
It's not like I'm trying, Nate. Oh, apparently though.
A cavalry musket. A medieval spiked cudgel, also known as a morning star. A pair of evilly spiked ballet shoes. Ballerinas were tough in the old days. A heavy cavalry saber. It's the office of Security Chief Wolf Heimlich. It's the office... World War I campaign medals. This is a type of spiked flail known as a holy water sprinkler, which was quite popular in medieval battles. The name, of course, is a humorous reference to the religious device that is swung in a similar manner. The main advantage of a flail over a common mace was that the spiked iron head of the weapon developed extra smashing force as it swung at the end of the chain which attached it to the handle. It's too far away for you to get a good look at it, but it's definitely cheese, and it definitely stinks.
Let's examine it.
A closer look reveals a bit of mold on the cheese.
Okay.
A length of high-quality wire. A length of...
We need to.
It's a length of wire.
We need to.
Don't touch it. You
get
don't
rid
know
of
where it's
that.
been.
There's so much
The room
here.
feels particularly secure.
Yeah. All right. Let's leave and come back. We'll have to deal with this some other time, I'm thinking.
Beyond the glass is a shadowy object resting in an alcove. Perhaps it's a lantern, although you can't tell for certain.
Can we? We gotta probably walk all the way around, I'm guessing. Oh, this is the preservation lab?
That's 10. Is that a unicorn floating in the murky liquid? Can't be. Unicorns are mythical creatures. A wooden workbench loaded with many empty glass containers that smell of alcohol, although one of them is full of an oily liquid. The desk is dusty, giving you the impression that it's not used very often. Yes, that's definitely dust on the desk. The oily liquid has a strong smell. Phew! The drain grate has rust on it.
Can we?
The grate is securely attached to the drain,
Okay.
but a bit of rust comes off on your hand. Upon close inspection, you see nothing new here.
Okay. Can we go this way?
Vat 14. There's a vaguely humanoid shape floating in the murky liquid. After staring
So
through the
weird.
glass for a while, you see
This
what appears
reminds
to
me
be a
of
white
Spooky's
hair,
jump scare
or perhaps it's a
mansion.
large jellyfish. Vat 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass to see what they are. Vat 12. Small creatures with long tails are floating in the murky liquid. Vat 11. Something odd is floating in the murky liquid. It appears to be half man and half fish. Or maybe it's just a trick of the light. Vat 9. Tiny furry creatures, too cute for words, are floating in the murky liquid. There are so many of them in here that their individual shapes merge together into one massive furball.
M64, hi, how are you?
Vat 8. A thick body with two long
so
bird-like
weird.
legs and a long neck ending in a small head
This
floats
is
in
such
the
a
vat.
weird room.
Vat 7. Whatever is in this vat, it's huge with a long neck. The liquid is too murky to see more. Vat 6. Small furry creatures about the size of the average dog colored black with white stripes, are floating in the vat. Vat 1. Small marsupials are floating in the murky liquid.
Small marsupials?
Vat 2. Peering through the glass, you see a turtle floating nearby in the liquid. Vat 3. Very long
Alright,
tubular
Nate. Thank you
shapes,
for the
like
lurk.
lengths of thick
And
rope,
have a
are
great
floating
sleep,
in the murky
okay?
liquid. Vat 4. A bulky creature with a huge head is floating in the vat. Vat 5. A large, hairy creature with at least one huge
That looks
claw
like a
is
turkey.
floating in the murky liquid of the vat.
It looks weird.
It looks like some kind of a sprayer thing, maybe for hosing down lab specimens on the table. Whatever it is, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It
You sure?
doesn't work. That's not the sort of thing you want to examine too closely. A dusty specimen examination table with a drain at one end.
Okay. Can we...
The specimen table is thick with dust. The dusty
nothing
drain smells like
has been
alcohol.
done there either. Okay, let's save. Well, we can't save. We can't save. Well, this is clearly something that we can do. Let's save here. Looks like a bunch of things to do here. Ah!
It looks like a ferret.
It's a ferret.
It's Olympia's ferret, Daisy. Daisy will furiously flash across the floor on fleet ferret feet if you try to catch her. Hello, little ferret.
What? What did she just say? Oh god, can we ask her about Olympia? Goodbye, ferret. Okay.
This is the mammalogy
That's weird.
laboratory. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a mammalogy lab? Well, now you know how it feels.
Oh god.
A full bottle of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake oil.
We need
You
that?
pick it up and place it in your purse.
Okay, I think we needed that for something. And 64, thank you for that host.
The trunk has a name tag identifying it as part of Carrington's personal luggage. Beside it is another sticker emblazoned with the logo Andrea Doria.
Oh, wait.
This
what's in
trunk
here?
is locked.
Oh, it's locked. Dang it.
You find plenty of scratches, dents, and gouges, but nothing unusual for a steamer trunk. You examine the crate carefully, but discover nothing of importance. Under close inspection, you find several gorilla hairs protruding from the thin cracks between the slats. Not much of a packing job, but nor is there anything suspicious about this. Going over the crate inch by inch with a magnifying glass, you fail to find anything of significance. The word gorilla has been stenciled across the label of this large crate. Somebody's crossed
Gorilla.
out gorilla and scrawled Sasquatch underneath.
Sasquatch.
Curator humor. The word wildebeest is stenciled on the crate's label. You're not quite curious enough to open up the crate and see what a wildebeest looks like. The word hippo has been stenciled on this crate's label, but somehow you find it difficult to believe that there's a whole hippo in this box. This is the mammalogy
agree.
laboratory. There's an odd assortment of tools hung on the wall. Some of the more hideous-looking implements are probably used for the practice of taxidermy. None of them appear particularly useful to you. An empty canister stands in the corner, offering no clue as to what it once contained. Even under a magnifying glass, the label proves too worn and faded to reveal the former contents of the canister. You examine the tools closely for such giveaways as bone fragments or clumps of human hair, blood, or skin. To your relief, you find nothing.
That's good.
The canister is clearly empty and too heavy to be moved around.
If it's empty, why is it too heavy?
No hidden messages or clues are revealed by your thorough examination of the dissection poster.
It's a dissection poster. I guess we should look at
The
that.
poster outlines basic dissection and preservation techniques. You scan it quickly, just in case you decide to make a change in your career. It's a sack of plaster, sometimes used for making molds.
I think we need that, because it looks different.
You have no use for a sack of plaster.
Are you sure?
It's too high up for you to examine with a magnifying glass, but fortunately there's nothing telltale on the sack of plaster.
Well, okay.
Don't touch it.
What is this?
It's a cold storage locker.
Cold
Basically a
storage locker.
heavy-duty icebox for preserving specimens and domestic snacks. It's the door to the Mammology Lab's cold storage locker.
Can we open it?
A slab of meat which smells ripe. Veins of rancid fat forming abscesses that ooze copious amounts of pus run through the decomposed cut of beef. Yum, just like Mom used to make.
That's a description.
That's not the sort of... You pick it up and place it in your purse.
I know, puke, indeed.
Don't touch it. Don't touch. Best to leave them alone. You wouldn't want one of them tumbling down upon you and crushing the life out of you.
What?
Shelves line the walls of the lab.
Should go to sleep now? Aw, well thank you, Pop, for coming in. I appreciate you. And yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm glad you had fun. And I hope to see you back soon. Have a good sleep.
There's an array of lab equipment scattered around the top of the table. The shelf is crammed with mammology equipment. There's an odd assortment.
Okay, I don't know what we need that meat for, or the snake oil, but we're getting some weird stuff. We are.
It's the door.
Let's get out of here. Let's save here too. We're collecting a weird assortment of things right now. What is this? Oh, did I just skip something? Restore. I accidentally right-clicked while she was talking.
Something I can do for you, Miss Bo?
No. But I guess I can talk to him.
Actually, I've never met the gent.
Are you Ernie?
Why, that's me, Miss Bo.
Yeah.
Ernie Leach. I thought you reporters were supposed to have good memories.
I do. I just want to know about you.
If that fellow were any more full of himself, he'd rise up and float away like a hot air balloon. The way he carries on, you'd think he discovered Atlantis. Well, I don't see the gent too often. We working class folks don't see the big guys too often, you know what I mean?
Why is he even here?
Oh, I guess he's an okay fella. For a cop. I do wish he'd stop leaving those grape stems all over the place, though.
Grape stems.
Crodfollow? Isn't that one of those fancy French pastries?
It's like I haven't talked to him about everything.
I've never met the fellow.
Never met him.
I don't know your daddy, Miss Bo, but I'm sure he's a good fella.
I don't know your daddy. It's okay.
Now there's a Weasley little fella. I've heard he's a stool pigeon. That's a dangerous way to make a living. He's a quiet little fella. I think he does some accounting for the museum. Seems nice enough.
Just asking you about everything we know.
The Countess is a quite colorful old dame, isn't she? I can't help liking her.
He doesn't have a whole lot to say about anybody.
Dr. Miklos is a strange bird, but she's a decent sort all the same. I see her a lot at night working late. Sometimes she invites me in for coffee. She certainly is taken with the plate in my head. She must have looked at the scars a dozen times.
Scars? Oh, it's not Wolf, it's Yvette and Ernie.
Miss Delacroix is a wonderful lady, Miss Bo. A delight to work for.
He doesn't have much to say about her.
That fella gives me the willies. He's always hanging around, looking over my shoulder with those suspicious eyeballs of his. Also, to tell you the ugly truth, I just haven't trusted the Germans since the war. That Kaiser guy was a real high hat.
You fought in the Great War, Mr. Leach?
Yes, I did, Miss Bo. I came back with a plate in my head and a chest full of medals, and then I couldn't get a job to save my soul.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't let it bother you, Miss Bo. I'm just jawing. I'm doing fine now.
He's doing fine fencing.
Oh, he seems like a nice enough fella. I don't know him too well.
Don't know him too well. Okay.
Well, he's an intense sort of a gent. He's all bent out of shape about this Dagger business, and he hangs around Dr. Carter a lot. He looks ready to blow a blood vessel to me.
Who's this Watney little dude?
No, I can't say I ever met the man.
Okay.
That's a pretty good paper you work for, Miss Bo. I read through it every morning at breakfast.
Legit, he likes what I do.
Our local cops are okay, I guess. They never give me too much of a hard time. I've heard there are some bad apples on the force, though. At least it isn't as bad as Chicago.
Not as bad as Chicago. What's wrong with Chicago?
I don't go to a laundry, Miss Bo. I wash my own clothes. It saves a few pennies. I'm not fond of the docks myself, Miss Bo. I did a short stint over there a couple of years back. I got treated like a dog and nearly got squashed flat by a huge crate of oranges one time. No, thank you.
Huge crate of oranges.
At first, I wasn't sure I'd like it here in this big spooky old place. But it was so peaceful at night, and there's so many interesting things everywhere. I really enjoy it now.
His voice acting is kind of very matter of fact.
Do you like New York City, Mr. Leach?
New York's my home, Miss Bo. I was born and raised here, and it's in my blood. Sometimes I think I'd like to go somewhere else, where life is a little slower. But to tell you the truth, I don't think I could ever really leave. Well, a lot of people think those places are the cat's pajamas. I used to go to them a lot, right after I got back from the war. I don't so much anymore.
He doesn't, huh?
Good Lord, that fella has a rap sheet a mile long. I hope I never meet up with him.
Okay. I wonder if we can talk about the dinosaur one?
This whole place is full of bones, Miss Bo. If you want to know what it is, ask Dr. Miklos.
I think we already did. Oh, Pippin's notepad.
Yeah, I've noticed old Pippin carrying a notepad around. He probably wrote down some nasty comments for future reference.
What about the Ankh?
I'm not sure, but I think it's one of those Egyptian symbols. They've got a million of them.
If I ask him about the carbon paper, 'cause that's...
I don't have much use for carbon paper. You might
That's
ask
the
that
note.
Ramses fella. He's a bean counter. He probably uses it.
Ramses might have gotten him to fence it, maybe?
We burned charcoal in the museum furnace, Miss Bo. It might have come from there.
I don't know that I care where it came from. The garter?
Now, where did you get that, Miss Bo? Maybe you should put that away.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Snake oil? Isn't that what those traveling medicine shows used to sell to
Yeah.
rubes?
Snake oil.
You don't look like a rube, Miss Bo. You found a slab of meat lying around in here? It probably belongs to Dr. Miklos. Sometimes she keeps live critters around to study. She had a whole pack of pine weasels one time.
That's okay. Sure. You want some water?
You don't have to carry a glass around with you, Miss Bo. You can get a drink anytime you want from the refreshment table.
The refreshment table?
Well, isn't that interesting, Miss Bo? I guess you reporters have to look carefully for your clues. I guess most of you reporter sorts keep a notebook. Right, Miss Bo? Be kind when you write about me.
Be kind.
Mr. Leach, has 1926 been a good year for you?
Yes and no, Miss Bo. Times are tough, but at least I've got this job at the museum. That's more than a lot of folks have.
Do you like your job here at the museum?
Yes, I do. This sort of work doesn't really tax my brains, if you know what I mean. It gives me time to think.
Think about what, Mr. Leach?
You sure act like a reporter, Miss Bo.
Duh, I am one.
Mr. Leach, do you have any idea who might have taken the dagger of Amon Ra?
I sure don't. Well, I halfway wonder if it wasn't one of those Egyptian fellas. They probably think I took it.
Was the dagger well guarded?
Oh, sure. It was locked up tighter than a drum. Somebody really pulled a fast one.
Do you know much about Egyptology, Mr. Leach?
No, Miss Bo, I really don't. I think it's very interesting, though. I picked up a book about it in the museum shop, but I haven't had time to read it yet.
Haven't had time to read it yet.
Hey, that's some of that Egyptian writing. I've seen it in the Ancient Egypt exhibit. Dr. Carter sure is proud of that display.
I don't think I can do anything with that, though. Can I just exclaim things at him?
Mr. Leach, can you let me out of this museum? I don't like it in here. People keep dying.
People keep dying!
Sorry, Miss Bo. I seem to have lost my door keys.
Oh, I find that very disturbing.
Me too. I can't even let myself out of the building. We're all staying here until I find those keys.
That seems like a fire hazard.
I'm sorry, Miss Bo, but I'm kind of busy right now. Is there something I can help you with? If not, I've got work to do. Miss Bo, I've got a lot of problems right now. Please leave me alone.
This door is locked.
Oh no! Well, that was unexpected. Let me save after that. Weird. Where did he come from? Well, now I can't get in there. there something I can do
The
with
glass
this?
covering the alcove is smooth and cool to the touch.
We need to...
You give the hallway a reassuring thump. Yep, it's solid.
I want to get in there, though.
Up close, you see.
What?
Up close, you see.
What do I see?
Up close, you see.
Don't leave me in anticipation.
Beyond the glass is a up close, you see. This is what is commonly referred to. Daisy will furiously flash across the... Up close, you see. Up close, you see.
What?
Up close, you...
What do I see?
This is what is commonly referred to as a hallway. You give the hallway a reassuring thump. Yep, it's...
Yeah,
Proceeding in this direction...
there's nothing I can really do here. I want to get that lantern for the, Can I go in here now? Here we go. Okay.
The intercom crackles and you hear...
Ernie, it's Olympia. The release valve in number 13 seems to be jammed. Take a look at it when you have a chance.
Okay. That 13 release valve.
Don't touch it. You don't...
What is this?
It's inscribed with the words Acme Snake Lasso.
Snake lasso? Okay, I gotta take that.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Okay, can we also...
An old toolbox.
Can we take the toolbox?
That's not the... A pair of heavy...
Pliers? I think we can use that to
You
get the
pick
key
it up and place it in
off
your
the
purse.
painting. Maybe.
Best to leave this... Don't touch... This is the storage room that...
This is the storage room.
Ernie's index to the stored items in the alcohol vats. Current vat contents, Alcoholic Preservation Lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6.
Ground sloth?
Skunks. 7. Loch Ness monster. 8. Ostrich. 9. Lemmings. 10. Unicorn. 11. Creature from the Black Lagoon. 12. Rats. 13. Warthogs.
Warthogs?
14. King Edward of Daventry.
What? Oh,
Current vat content.
I gotta write these down.
Current vat contents, Alcoholic Preservation Lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6. Skunks. 7. Loch Ness monster. 8. Ostrich. 9. Lemmings. 10. Unicorn. 11. Creature from the Black Lagoon. 12. Rats. 13. Warthogs. 14. King Edward of Daventry.
King Edward of Daventry. That's crazy. Built from the Black Lagoon. Can I take that? Probably not.
Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been.
Yeah, so we got koala bears, turtles, snakes, hippo, ground sloth, skunks, Loch Ness monster, ostrich, lemmings, unicorn, creature from the Black Lagoon, rats, warthogs, and King Edward of Daventry. Interesting.
Don't touch.
Uh-oh. Ernie came back.
This is a private office, Miss Bo. Please leave.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Leach. I thought this was just a storage room. I'll leave now. VAT 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass to see what they are.
They're warthogs, though. Can I... Actually, let's save. Warthog valve release?
Could it be? Yes. It's heavy. It's shiny. It's real gold. It's got a sharp point at one end. It's the Dagger of Amon Ra.
We found it!
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Uh-oh.
Boy, the alcohol fumes sure are strong in here.
We gotta wash it off. We gotta wash it off, I think.
While this is an interesting approach, it serves no practical purpose. While
Maybe not.
unlike the gift shop daggers, this one does not have "Made in Pittsburgh" stamped into the blade.
Aren't we gonna get, like, caught with the dagger? We found the dagger! Aren't we gonna get caught with the dagger and get blamed? Oops. Let's use the dagger to, like, get this mirror
While
off the
this,
wall.
you scratch the glass with the dagger. You scratch the, you scratch the glass with the dagger. The glass covering the glass.
Can we catch the ferret? Oh, it's adorable.
The glass.
Alright, let's see if we can get that key from the painting now.
The oil paint. Inspect.
Okay, I think we can use the pliers to do that.
With careful use of the wire cutters, you manage to remove the skeleton key
Oh, they're wire
without
cutters.
damaging the Bosch painting.
We did it. We got a key that we don't know where it goes. Alright,
A shiny key, shaped like a skeleton.
I wonder where that goes to. Maybe it's the trunk? We got the key. Maybe it's to the trunk in the basement. try to use that.
The trunk has a name tag identifying it as part of Carrington's. The trunk has a
in it?
name tag.
Oh my god! That was so unexpected. That was so unexpected. That scared the crap out of me. You guys didn't notice. I didn't think the bugs. There were, like, I just wanted to know what was in it. Oh my gosh, let's try it again. Except let's feed them meat. What are they doing?
Oh! A skeleton lies in the trunk, its bones picked clean by the domestic beetles. They've efficiently removed every last shred of flesh, making the skeleton nearly impossible to identify.
Oh man. Well, what about...
It appears to be a gold pocket watch. It appears... A close look reveals an inscription on the watch. To Dr. Archibald Carrington III for your years of dedicated service, many thanks from your staff at the British Museum. A close look reveals an inscription on the... You pick it up and place it in your purse.
It's 1:45? It's almost 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, we're supposed to go to the suit of armor. What did I just miss now? Oh crap, I think I know what I just missed. Restore. Let's do this part again. Because I think I know what I just missed. I think there was probably like something going on in the office that I could listen into. Okay, let's do this again real quick and then hopefully I can save. Okay, give them the meat.
A skeleton... It appears to be a gold... A close look reveals an inscription on the watch.
Okay.
To Dr. Archibald Carrington III for your years of dedicated service, many thanks from your staff at the British Museum. You pick it up
So
and
is
place
this
it in your
Carrington's
purse.
body?
You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Ernie's office.
There we go. Okay, so let's save Ernie's office. Let's listen in. Spy time.
Interesting. I never noticed that before.
You never noticed what, my love?
You have a tattoo of the Eiffel Tower on the inside of your left eye.
Ah, you are doing this to distract me, no? But I am worried about you, my Ernie. You are so big and so strong, but this ice pick fellow, he is a dangerous one, no?
Yeah, he's dangerous, but I'll pay him his dough. Ernie Leach always pays his debts.
Maybe you can do some more fencing for this big Al. He pays well.
Yeah, Big Al's a good customer, but there's only so much fencing I can do for one guy.
This ice pick might try to make the example of you before you can pay him off. He keeps leaving these threatening messages.
Don't worry, baby.
Who's
Icepick knows
that?
he won't get his dough if he kills me. Maybe I can get into a hot poker game down at the Harlem Swinger and win enough money to pay him off.
Who's
No,
Ice
no,
Pick?
no. The gambling is what got you into this mess, my Ernie.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But I've got bigger problems tonight. I saw something I wasn't supposed to see.
What?
What?
You're better off if I don't tell you about it. Now, what's this on the top of your Eiffel Tower tattoo?
I think you know what it is, my Ernie. You've seen it before.
And I always enjoy seeing it again, baby.
Ah, you American men are so charming.
Oh my gosh. Let's walk in. Let's see what happens if we just walk in on him. Oh my.
Am I gonna have to spank you? Amscray!
Maybe she's wanting to join us, yes?
Wow.
This door is locked.
Wow. Was not expecting that. Uh-oh. Where are they going?
It looks like meat being carried by bugs. This is... You're a vegetarian. You don't want the meat anymore.
Go get it, ferret. Did the bugs bring the meat up here? Are we just gonna randomly see the bugs with the meat now? It's so weird. Oh wait, we got wire cutters. We got wire cutters. We can totally cut that wire now and get that cheese.
Maybe that wasn't such a good idea after all.
Can we
While
snake
this
oil them
is
up?
an interesting approach, it serves no practical purpose other than your temporary amusement.
Other than your temporary amusement. Alright, I guess we can't... We probably have to, like, put some tape on them or something, insulate them. Wait, can we cut the wire to the mousetrap? Is that gonna do the same thing?
While this...
Yeah, it does the same
Maybe
thing.
that wasn't such a good idea after all.
Okay, I guess we can't do that. We were supposed to go to, where is it, the suit of armor room?
You hear muffled voices.
Muffled voices.
You lied to me.
Well, lass, I guess that makes us even. You lied to me.
You had something to do with the Dagger burglary.
You've been sleeping with someone else. I saw you go off with that dock worker.
I've never slept with Steve, and the Ziggy fellow, he told me about you and the Dagger.
And you believed that little weasel. I've arrested the man more times than I can count.
The Ziggy, I know him a long time. He would not lie to me.
That man'd lie to his own mother if someone paid him for it.
Ziggy, he says you were working with the Carrington to steal the Dagger.
Lies. You can't be trusting the man. If he wasn't already dead, I'd pound the truth out of him.
Maybe you already did.
Oh!
Were you sleeping with the little rat then?
Of course not.
She's
You
sleeping
really
with
surprise
everybody.
me, lass. I'd think you grew up on the streets accusing me of burglary like that.
Where I grew up doesn't matter, does it? The important thing is... Wait, did you hear something at the door?
Yeah, I was hearing it too. Keep your voice down then.
Let's just walk in here too.
This door is locked.
Oh no, I guess we can't. Okay. Let's go to the suit of armor room. Because we were supposed to be in there at 2.
Dr. Carter's skin is cold and disgusting to the touch. He definitely gives the appearance of being dead. Dr. Carter...
Can we get him out of there?
Dr. Carter's body has been indelicately crammed into the suit of armor. His filmy eyes gaze in mute shock. His head is bent at an unlikely angle, and the skin is puckered where the helmet's edges bite into the expanding flesh. Dr. Carter's body... It's Dr. Pippin Carter... Dr. Carter's skin... It's Dr. Pippin Carter, famous dead archaeologist. It's Dr. It's Doc... It's Doc... It's... While this is... While...
Let's plant the dagger on him. Be like, he had it all along. We get...
While this is...
Can we
While
get
this...
him out of here?
While this... While this...
Wait,
The
can we...
chest feels like wood, and you
Can
get
we
a small
hide in here?
splinter in your finger when you rub your hand over the carvings.
Can we hide in there, though?
An empty chest from the 15th century. Although the carvings on the exterior are crude, cut into the wood by someone with little talent or ability for wood carving, the chest now resides in a museum, simply because it's old. Kind of makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Not really. Maybe we...
The door is locked.
Can we use the skeleton key for that, too? Probably not.
This door won't open this way.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Don't touch it. Don't touch. The door is... The steel armor feels... The steel... The steel... The steel... The steel... The steel... The steel... Dr. Carter's skin is...
So we can't really get him out of there. Which is strange.
Oh no! That doesn't look like a life mask. You reach out sadly towards Ziggy's severed head, then draw away. He's clearly beyond all help. You reach out
Poke
You
him
reach...
in the eye.
You reach...
That's what we do. That's what we do in this game, is we poke them in the eye.
It's Ziggy's head. It's Ziggy.
It's Ziggy's head. Do all angles of this room lead back to the... I think they do. I think they all lead back here. And if we go to the side, yeah. we can't hide.
An empty chest from the 15th century. Although the carvings on the exterior kind of the carvings on the chest depict gnomes leaping through shrubbery.
Wait, can I hide behind this? Woo! We did it! We did the thing! Wolf and Miklos are meeting up. We get to spy on them.
Wolfie, your facial scars are so wonderful. How did you keep them?
Fencing, my strudel.
Fencing?
As a young man, I
Like
would
that
dance
kind of
with
fencing?
my Heidelberg friends. We would stop our opponent's saber just before it went through our faces, which would make the scars you see now.
Ah, that is very interesting. You did not use masks to protect your faces?
Nein, that would have been considered unmanly.
You'll have to show me how to do that sometime.
There are many things I can show you, my strudel.
Perhaps we
Strudel?
should go somewhere less public, Wolfie.
Oh yeah, good idea. Particularly since there's that annoying reporter wandering around the museum. That
Where-
is not something I would have allowed if I was running things here.
Who could he possibly be talking
Give it
about?
time, Wolfie. Perhaps you will be running things here someday, if I have anything to say about it.
Oh? What can you do?
There are ways, but come, let us speak of these things in more privacy.
Where are they going? Ernie!
The fabric of the shirt appears to be clinging somewhat to Ernie's chest. Ernie's head lolls back limply. Ernie's pants appear to be clinging somewhat to his legs. Ernie's shoes are intact, yet strangely dark and damp-looking.
Huh.
Ernie's suspenders are intact, which saves you from much embarrassment. This arm is flung out to the side as if to say, I'm completely limp. Ernie's arm is draped over a tusk in a casual pose. If he weren't dead, he'd look like an ad for menswear. The fabric of the shirt appears to be clinging somewhat to Ernie's chest. Ernie's shoes are intact, yet strangely dark and damp-looking. Ernie's head lolls back. Ernie's eyes are bulging in a peculiar way, leading you to believe he either choked, drowned, or was frightened to death.
Frightened to death, there we go.
Ernie's mouth gapes, though whether this occurred in his death throes or simply as a result of the corpse's position is unclear. Ernie's ears appear normal. Ernie's neck is stretched backwards, tilting his head back at an extreme angle. Ernie's neck is stretched. The fabric of the
We probably need to use this to examine things more closely.
The leather of Ernie's shoes are soaked through and through. The scent is an overpowering mixture of sweat, shoe polish, and alcohol. The leather of Ernie's shoes are soaked through and through. The scent is The pants are intact, but the smell emanating from them is noticeable. It's as if he took a swim in bathtub gin.
I bet he fell into... Because Miklos was trying to get him to get into the tank to fix the release valve. I bet she killed him.
The pants are intact, but the smell emanates. The suspenders are damp but intact, and reek of alcohol or something similarly
He
chemical.
drowned.
Dry cleaning fluid, perhaps. The hairs are bristled and clearly animal in origin, with a faint smell of alcohol. You pick it up and place it in your purse. The suspenders are damp but intact and reek of alcohol or something similar. Despite your closest examination, you find nothing unusual about Ernie's outstretched right arm. You look closely at Ernie's eyes but find little except a few broken blood vessels. You examine Ernie's head carefully, searching for contusions, bruises, or other evidence of foul play. You see little, but you do notice a faint odor, not immediately identifiable. You inspect Ernie's ears closely and find nothing except the usual earwax. You examine Ernie's head carefully, searching for contusions. There is little to see in Ernie's mouth besides the usual teeth, tongue, hard and soft palates, and uvula. But there does seem to be an unusual amount of mucosa foam in the cheeks and throat, usually indicative of death by drowning. There's also a strange trickle of clear fluid. With obvious distaste, you sniff around the area of his mouth. The odor is one of pure alcohol. You look carefully for bruises or contusions around the neck, but you find nothing. A minute inspection of Ernie's left arm reveals nothing suspicious. You examine Ernie's head carefully.
Look at his nose.
The pants are intact, but the smell emanating. The suspenders.
Dr. Olivia Miklos. Can you tell me about this bone?
What a beautiful dinosaur bone. It is nicely fossilized, so you could probably use it to crush someone's skull. How I love bones. They are both the structure of life and death incarnate.
She's so weird. She's so weird. Animal hair.
Why, could those be warthog hairs? Where on earth did you get them? Were you petting our stuffed warthog family by any chance? Oh, don't be ashamed, Miss Bo. I
Warthog
pet them
hairs.
too.
Yeah, he drowned in
They smell a bit like alcohol. You haven't been playing with our little friends in the alcoholic lab, have you? They are cute.
Yeah, it's very clear what happened to him. That Miklos killed Ernie. And she... Or she helped somebody kill him. Dagger.
The dagger is a thing of great beauty. I believe you could sever an ox's spine with it. But all that glitters is not gold, my dear. You should see my Aztec sacrificial knife. The priest could carve a victim's beating heart with that beautiful treasure and hold it up for him to see before he died. How interesting. A police file. Has the perpetrator ever murdered anyone? Oh, he has. How simply delightful. Do you know the fellow
Delightful?
personally?
No, I'm trying to find out who he is.
What a pity.
Can she tell me about him? Watney Little.
No, I certainly don't know anyone like that. I wish I did.
Wish I did. She's so weird.
Oh, you have an onk. The Egyptian symbol of life. Well, to each her own, I suppose. I don't much care for the things myself. Oh, wait. Is that a spot of blood on that little thing? Ah, that makes it different. Charming, charming.
She's, again, so weird. What about the snake oil?
Snake repellent oil. I have no idea why someone would want to repel such charming little creatures. Of course, we have hordes of those lovely cobras running around loose in the basement, so the oil might keep you from stepping on one and harming it.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. What about the snake lasso?
How lovely! A snake lasso. Tell me, do you capture the little creatures for pets, or do you eat them? I have some delicious
neither?
recipes.
I don't know. No. Just don't. No.
Dr. Miklos, have you ever seen a key like this one?
Well, isn't that beautiful? No, I don't believe I have. A key shaped like a skeleton. It must open something wonderful, my dear.
Do you have any idea what that wonderful thing might be?
No, but I certainly wish I did.
It is better to know.
Okay. She disappeared. Gotta chase her.
Ach, you are smelling like the brewery, mein Capitan. Either you've been drinking, or you've been eating too many of those grapes.
Sure and begorra. A man needs a little nip from his flask now and then, doesn't he?
Personally, I do not require the drinking of the alcohol. It would impair my mental and physical skills.
Ernie Leach has been murdered!
What was that, lass?
Ernie is dead!
So, you finally come to us to confess. Is that it?
No!
Confess?
What?
No!
That's what I
I'm
figured was gonna
reporting a
happen, though.
murder!
And you was the first one to find the body again.
Well, I guess so.
Quite a coincidence, Fräulein. I think we should be interrogating you to learn the truth. I've had enough of your lies!
Calm down, Heimlich. If there's any interrogating to be done, I'll be the one who does it. Now then, lass, where did you find the body?
The mastodon room. He's hanging from some mastodon tusks.
Ach, he's probably just sleeping on the job.
No, I'm sure he's dead.
Well, I'll go take a look at him then. If I need to talk to you, I'll find you later.
Where am I going? Oh, Act 4. Act 4! Museum of the Dead.
You're doing a fine job, Laura.
Okay. I think that's where I'm gonna call it tonight. Beginning Act 4. It seems like a good stopping point that we actually finished an act of this game. We'll be back again with more Dagger of Amon next Friday, I think. I don't foresee a reason that I wouldn't be able to do it next Friday. Yeah. So yeah, we'll find somebody to raid, and we should be all done for the day.